This session is going to support you to really understand the value of building a support network of entrepreneurial sisters. There's so much research and evidence out there that all points to the truth that women go so much further when we go together. You know, for decades and even centuries, women have been the underdogs financially. You know, it wasn't that long ago that we couldn't vote, we couldn't have our own bank accounts. When my parents got married, my grandpa actually pulled my father aside and he gave my father my mother's social security paperwork, her birth certificate, her bank account information, and her insurance statements. And he basically said to my father, "She's yours now." Okay, we're not that far away from that. And so there's something about women gathering with other women to create success that just creates momentum and collaboration and results for everybody. Women are, at our core, collaborative. And we just thrive when we know we're not alone in this business. Huffington Post even recently put out an article that says, relationships have been sacrificed on the altar of technological efficiency. And they go on to say that so often we end up being the victims of stress when cortisol and epinephrine are released together, right? Our heart races and we get those stress responses. But guess what? It's actually oxytocin that gets released when we gather in community that counters the effects of stress. And so it says women are actually genetically hardwired for friendship. When we have that friendship, oxytocin is released into our bloodstream, combined with our female reproductive hormones. And when life becomes challenging, women seek out friendships with other women as a means of actually regulating our stress levels. A common female response is to tend and befriend. And when we can do that in our businesses, we no longer have to feel the isolation that can actually take businesses out. And so rather than hiding out by yourself in your business, I'm going to suggest that you get out there and find especially other women and amazing men who can lift you up and celebrate you. So people oftentimes ask me why I've chosen to primarily work with women. There's this story I actually love to tell that really features this and points to this. Once upon a time, this guru was asked, why is it that it's mostly men who have brought the Eastern traditions to the West? You know, in the personal development space, the meditation, the yoga, the self-improvement, you know, we think of the beautiful men that have brought that wisdom. Wayne Dyer has brought the spiritual teachings from the East, translated it for us. You know, Iyengar has brought this incredible, you know, gift of yoga from the East to the West. Why is it that there's more men than women that are doing that? The guru was asked this question and the guru thought about it for a while and he said, it's because women are like crabs in a pot. When you put crabs on a pot on the stove to boil, you don't actually need to put a lid on the pot because when the crabs are starting to get hot and they're climbing up the edges of the pot to escape the pot, another crab will just grab its leg and yank it back down into the pot. And then the guru went on to say, men are not like that. Men are outrightly competitive. They'll just be like, brother, I'm gonna take you down. And they blow off steam that way. Women tend to internalize all of that natural human angst, which we all have, and we get manipulative and sneaky and gossipy, and it hurts. I remember hearing that story and feeling like, God, that's brutal. And I wanted to test it out. So I actually started to survey my clients and talk to them about this story and share this story when I traveled to Ecuador and Uganda and Japan, and share it with other women. And in every country I went to, women reported the same thing, that they had times in their life that they had felt knocked down just a few notches by other women. And so here at Women Rocking Business, and right here now on this video training, I'm going to invite all of us to do the opposite. You know, in the Women Rocking Business community, when women go and do something that is impressive and maybe even makes us jealous, we have a culture of saying to those women, you go for it, and I'm going to be right behind you. And so if this resonates with you, I invite you to join us in linking arms, being part of the prophecy. The Dalai Lama said, the Western woman would save the world. And we can't do it alone. We can't do it without the men. But it's our time. It's our time to lift each other up, to no longer live in competition, but to rather know that we have sisters who have our backs and our fronts and our sides, and we're going to go a lot further when we go together. And so when you find yourself being heated up in the pot of life, and you're able to climb up high enough to get one of your legs over the edge of that pot, I'm going to ask you to be the woman who starts chucking other crabs out of the pot, because that's how powerful we are. I get super tender when I think about what's possible for us now. And so my invitation to you is to be one of the women who goes out in the world and who lifts other women up so that we can together be the change that the world is asking for. Thank you. Thank you for going out there. Thank you for shining your light. And thank you for encouraging other women to shine as bright as they possibly can, because none of us are doing it alone anymore, and the world needs us. Right here, right now, I invite you to write down the names of 5 women who you know have your back. Make a date with them. Make a vow to them that you are going to be behind their dreams and you're not going to let them play small or sell out on themselves. And ask them to do the same for you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't think that you're going to be able to do this alone, because you won't. None of us do. So be willing to get humble, get out there, get with our girlfriends. And I highly encourage and invite you to come and join us at a Women Rocking Business retreat, so that you can get the marketing strategies, the frameworks, the proven tools to get your message out there, and to be building your business in a community of women, to get a chance to network with women who, just like you, are out there to make a big difference, and they're not willing to do it alone. They know we can go so much further when we go together, because when you have that kind of a sisterhood around you, there's no option for failure. We've got you. Mwah. And if you got value from this episode, I invite you to hit the subscribe button so that we can get you weekly business trainings in your inbox to help you grow your impact and your income the women's way. Head over into the Women Rocking Business Sisterhood Facebook group and introduce yourself there, because women go so much further when we go together. Just click the button to subscribe and we will see you on the other side.